Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality. The cream of the crop!
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the game where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. My name is Neal, and we have a special guest host today, but we'll get to that in a minute. I am joined in the studio by Ken and Jeff. How's it going, guys?
Oh, very good. How you doing, Matt? Oh, he hasn't come back yet.
Oh, he hasn't come back yet. I feel bad. There's this Collingwood Magpies hat that I've always wanted. Like 2 years, I've been waiting for it, and it's really hard to find. It's never in stock. They only have kids' sizes, and I have a big head. And I said, Matt, you've never seen an Australian football game. Why don't you go to Australia? I'll get you tickets to a practice. And we sent him there, and that was like last week, and he's gotten wrapped up in the Somerton man case, this cold case.
Yeah. I guess he's tracking this notorious killer.
Yeah, he's tracking a notorious killer, and from what he told us in an email, he's using a new system of tracking. Instead of smells and footprints and regular tracks from a car, he's actually using coffee beans from Starbucks.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
let's see how that strategy pays off.
Yeah, I'm really curious. If we even hear from him, I don't know.
And maybe some of the Aussie listeners know what the Somerton man is.
Yeah, and we didn't even know what that was, but we were informed by one of our guests today that we're really happy to have in the studio, and that is our United States champion, Kutney. How's it going?
Great. I'm so happy to be here. I'm just giddy with excitement.
Oh, good. Well, we're really excited to have you here. Like we said before we started recording, Keyana's always in the crop and cracking jokes and interacting with us, and we just love when you guys do that, and it's just a pleasure to have you here and have you support us on Patreon.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Thanks.
Oh, and actually, you're coming to us from Philly, too, right? I forgot to mention that.
I am, yeah. Philly, land of gritty.
Land of gritty.
And why don't you tell the listeners the gift that you got your husband?
I got him one of my friends actually draws up these really great cards, and so she has an Etsy shop, and I went on and she had this gritty card on that she had just made, and it's gritty like punching a frog with a Nazi symbol on his shoulder, and my husband's like, what is this? I don't understand. So I had to explain the whole gritty meme to him, and how he's a symbol of anti-fascism and all that.
It's a symbol of freedom.
Yeah, he's the Indiana Jones of the NHL.
He's unbridled, chaotic, good symbol of all that's right and true.
Did
you tell him Merry Christmas, you filthy animal, when he opened his stocking?
I did not, but I probably should. Yeah. I mean,
it's always next year.
We're a little bit past Christmas, but I'll do it.
Well, it sounds like me and Keyana have a lot in common, so I think we're going to team up today. And you want it to be Team Special K, right? Because the Ks are working together.
We'll see if that extra energy helps you guys beat Jeff and I. But before we do that, we want to introduce our special guest host today, coming to us from Denver, Colorado, also United States champion on Patreon, which we appreciate, and that is Willow Campbell. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got into trivia and found the show, and just about yourself?
Yeah. So I actually started listening to trivia only a year ago. That's got really into trivia by listening to a radio station based out of Seattle, and we would listen to it at work, and it just wasn't enough. So I went on the search for a new trivia thing to listen to, and you guys popped up, and I've been listening to you guys every week ever since.
It's good to know that we're popping up on the searches now.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
You typed in four dorks or something and trivia, and it came up. So.
Yeah.
I'm not a dork. I'm a nerd.
Okay, well, that's fine. We have dorks, nerds.
Both.
We have geeks. I'm actually over here.
I can't use that.
You can use
College
actually.
Humor has a whole web series called Actually.
Oh, really?
And they're still doing it. It's unfortunate. I really wanted it.
It is unfortunate. Well, thank you for searching for us and finding us and reaching out to host.
Absolutely. I'm happy to do it, and I'm really excited.
Yeah, thank you. We are too. Before we get the game going and we throw it to the rules guy, Keyana, what about you? What do you do over in Philly?
I am the billing, HR, payroll administrator of a company that does web design and development here in Philly.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, kind of like the backbone of the company a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's great. And we should probably come to you to complain about Jeff or Matt if they bug us, right, at work?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Right. You'll be getting an email.
And before we toss it to the rules guy here, Keyana, I'm just going to crack this can of brain juice I have.
Go on.
A little ASMR here. Really just sparkling water. Mango flavored, delicious.
Oh, awesome.
Let's toss it to the rules guy.
The rules of the game are simple. 20 questions split into 2 rounds worth 10 points apiece. At halftime, there'll be a special swing round designed by this week's host. After regulation, players will enter the final round with the points that they've accumulated and will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the crop.
On balance, off balance, doesn't matter. I'm better than you are, yeah. I am the cream, yeah. The cream of the crop.
Wow.
nice try, Neal.
That impression did not go as well as I'd hoped. So, Jeff, since he's going to be drinking LaCroix for his superpower here for the game with Keyana, I'll just take a little sip of this Collectivo Holiday blend that I have here. Oh, it burns. It's really hot. I forgot that I just poured it. It's really hot. Okay, we're okay. My tongue's burnt, but we'll be all right. What's our team name, by the way?
I was thinking we hadn't come up with one yet. But Willow is from Denver, so if they're going to be Special K, do you want to be Mild High?
Okay.
Mild High.
Mild High.
All right.
I like it. All right, we'll be Team Mild High. Yeah.
I think Neal might be a little mild high today based on some of these jokes.
Yeah, I am. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure. Just brace yourself. Yeah, Willow, feel free to take it away. We're ready to go.
All right. We'll start off with question number 1. What is the highest mountain when measured from the center of the Earth?
We're locked in.
Okay, I'm just going to trust Jeff.
Kilimanjaro? No, let's say Everest. I don't think it's right, but let's say Everest.
Kilimanjaro, actually. That
Kilimanjaro?
sounds... Yeah.
All right, we're in with Kilimanjaro.
So correct me if I'm wrong, Jeff. This is the character on Game of Thrones.
The mountain?
The mountain, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I think the mountain we're looking for here is in the Andes range, and it's topographically not taller from the surface, but the surface around it is much higher, which means it's farther from the center. Also, it's closer to the equator, and so we guessed Mount Chimborazo.
It is Mount Chimborazo in Ecuador, yeah, and it is the highest due to the Equatorial Bulge.
Ah, that was my nickname in college.
Gotta love that Equatorial Bulge.
Was it Addie we were talking about this with?
I can't remember. It had come up in passing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody,
this one was worded a little differently.
Yeah.
So
somebody had asked about like proximity to like outer space or something like that once. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Does sound familiar.
Well, I whiffed. I couldn't remember.
All right. You guys ready for question number 2?
We are.
Yeah.
All right. What name was William F. Cody better known by?
That was going to be my guess.
Okay.
So we'll lock in. You guys can talk.
I think Pecos Bill.
What about Buffalo Bill Cody? Not the one from Silence of the Lambs.
Would you play trivia with me?
Not the lotion.
I'd play trivia with me.
Not the lotion guy.
Yeah, that's all I'm coming up with.
Let's go with. Can we go with Buffalo Bill Cody?
Sure.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, we thought that was Wild Bill Cody. Is that what we had settled in on?
Well, I believe it's Wild Bill Hickok.
Okay.
But we did put Wild Bill, which it's okay though.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be able to take Wild Bill, but it is Buffalo Bill. And he is buried here in Colorado.
I need to visit Denver. I've never been there, so we'll have to come out there.
It's a great city.
Can you put question 3 in the basket, please?
Yes. Found in the ear, what is the name of the smallest bone in our body?
Smallest bone in our body. Is that also a bone?
That is not.
That is not a bone.
That is
Okay.
It is a structure in the ear, though, if that makes you feel better.
Okay. Well, I thought it was something in the ear. I am not going to go down the tricky trap of the medulla oblongata again. I don't know. I'm going to trust you on that one because I'm not too sure.
Yeah, we're betting kind of a 33% chance on this, so
we're writing things down. I mean, how about this one?
I was going to go between one of these two.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're locked in.
All right, I think I know this.
Oh, good.
I think it's the Stapes, maybe.
The I'm sorry, what?
Stapes.
Stapes?
Yeah.
Is that like
I
one of
think.
the the hammer and the anvil and the stirrup or whatever they say?
Yeah.
Is that one of those?
It is, yeah.
Okay. We're gonna lock in with Stapes.
We were thinking about the hammer, the anvil, and the stirrup. Neal had written down cochlea, but I don't think that's correct. We don't actually know the name for the bone, so we went anvil. But upon hearing stapes, I'm pretty sure that might be right. So we'll see.
It is correct. It is stapes.
Which I think is the stirrup.
I don't know.
I think it's a stirrup one, actually.
Yeah, I do believe it's stirrup.
Yeah.
Special K coming out of the gate, pretty special.
You are. I mean, you got Buffalo Bill, and then you got stirrups. A lot of little cowboy theme here.
I should have had one of these.
Kind of is, yeah.
All right, going on along with the cowboy theme, we're going to go into drinks. If I made you a drink with cognac, absinthe, bitters, and sugar, what have I made you?
Cognac, absinthe, bitters, and what was the last one?
Sugar.
Sugar,
please. God, that sounds very similar to Buffalo Bill, D'Onofrio, and Men in Black. It's kind of weird. Great. So the three guys in the studio do not drink. Do you have any ideas on this?
No, not even close.
No. I had absinthe once in London. Didn't screw me up too bad, but my friend, his friends gave him a bottle of absinthe that he drank, and he woke up nude on a doorstep with flowers in his hand with someone he knew.
At least he was with somebody he knew.
Exactly,
Right.
yeah. He said if he wasn't, he'd be in an English jail. All right, we're locked in.
Yeah, I can picture putting that sugar cube on the little ladle thing and melting it,
Right, yeah.
You sure you're not talking about heroin?
I drink, but not cocktails, so.
No, you put there's a little metal device that you put on top of the glass.
Right.
And you put the sugar cube on top of it.
Put a
and then
little
you melt it.
You put a little flame under it, and then you put the there's a pipe or something in your mouth. Is that what you're saying?
Not talking about smoking crack. But as to naming this drink, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Cocktails are not really my thing.
Well, when I think absinthe, I think Marilyn Manson usually. So let's say it's called the Marilyn Manson Special.
Perfect.
I know it's not the old-fashioned. I believe that has bourbon in it, but I just couldn't come up with another name, and I'm at a loss on this one. So we just went old-fashioned.
Old-fashioned is close. What we're looking for is a Sazerac.
Oh, I've had a Sazerac. Oh, that's disappointing. That's my bad, Jeff. I had a Sazerac at the, I believe it was the Waldorf Astoria in New Orleans, because that's a nice New Orleans drink. A little too high for my price point, but it was good.
Named after Rusty Boot Sazerac.
Is that real?
No.
All right. Are we ready for the next question?
Yes, please.
This real ancient Greek woman traveled to Egypt to study medicine, but due to strict laws was unable to practice upon returning to Greece. So she dressed as a man and went to work, performing the job better than most of the men of the day. She was brought in front of a court when the doctors had accused her of sleeping with the patients, so she stripped down naked to show that she was in fact a woman. Who is this woman? And I will take two names for this.
Oh, I'm at a loss.
One I think of, Greeks in medicine.
Yeah.
Hippocrates is the classic one I think of, but
right.
Pretty sure that's not who we're talking about here.
Yeah, we'll lock in.
Yeah, I'm kind of at a loss too. Do you have a line of thinking on this?
No, I don't. I have absolutely no idea with this one.
Maybe it could be Cleopatra, who was not Egyptian.
I don't think, but I mean, whatever you want to go with is good with me.
Yeah, I mean that's all I can do. So
yeah, okay, let's do it.
Cleopatra.
Yeah, we were just trying to think of famous doctors that we knew, and we know it's wrong. We just put Ann Preston.
All right. The correct answer is Agnotis or Agnodike. Another little fun fact about this: they actually made it legal for women to practice medicine after that court case.
All right, after 5 questions, looks like Special K is in the lead with 20 points. And what were you guys? Mild high?
Mild high.
10 points.
I'm sorry about that, Wild Bill, Jeff.
Yeah, me too.
All right. On to the next question. Diamonds rank at number 10 on Mohs scale, making it the hardest mineral. Where would you find cubic zirconia?
I was ranking them like it was a BuzzFeed article, like top 10 hard stones. And I was like, is it number 6? But
coming in at number 3, kidney.
You can't go to Coachella without kidney. Show me the cubic zirconium you have in your hand right now.
Try to squeeze it.
So that's what a 1 is.
Oh, okay.
So
okay, I'm fine with
it.
that.
Might actually be higher.
What's the 1?
1 is talc, I believe.
Yeah, but
One is the pound.
Very soft.
They hadn't locked in yet. So
Before we play trivia,
Ken out over there.
No. Come on.
I know.
What difference is it gonna
before
make?
we play trivia here in the studio, Jeff goes into a large bowl I have in the apartment of talcum powder and does the LeBron James. It's really messy. We're locked in with that?
I'm going to revise up. Okay. Now we're good.
All right. Keyana, 7, 8, that area?
I would guess, I want to say like 7. I know it's pretty hard. 7 is where I'm landing. What do you think?
I'm pretty good with that.
7? Okay.
I definitely think it's probably up there. Like, how many more steps can you take in between diamond and zirconium, So
That's true.
lucky number 7?
Do you want to go higher?
No, I think I'm good with 7.
Okay. Let's do
Lucky
that.
number 7.
And we said it was 6.
Ken, you should have gone higher. It is
Oh.
8.
Oh, come on.
The Ocho.
8 to 8.5.
Okay.
A lot closer than I thought.
Yeah.
Now we know.
Yeah. So if you're getting an engagement ring, don't feel too bad if it's a cubic zirconium because it's almost as hard as diamond
And
cheaper.
And less bloodshed.
True.
Probably.
Yes.
Very true.
Also not probably owned by a cartel.
Yeah. Go cubic zirconia. That's what we're saying.
Yeah. Hashtag cubic zirconium.
All right.
We're in the zirconia lobby pocket.
This episode was sponsored by cubic
By
zirconia.
Big Zirconia.
All right. On to the next question. What is the only sea that is not bordered by any land?
I'm going to be leaning heavily on Jeff on this game. Mountains, seas, rocks.
Well, I don't know if we're going to get this one now that I think about it.
Is it-
Chimborazo, we got lucky because that one's a favorite of mine. But Jason asked this question about 9 months ago. But he asked it the other way around. He was like, what's the characteristic of this sea? And I totally blew that this was the only sea that doesn't have a land border, but I can't remember the name of it offhand. I'm pretty sure I know where it is, but I don't think I have the name for it.
Unfortunately, we will not be getting points for that, but thank you for sharing.
Oh, you're welcome.
Whatever you want to lock in with, I'm
Yeah,
good.
we'll just write something down.
Yeah, so I assume this is like right smack dab in the middle of an ocean. That would be my guess.
Right.
But
Nothing is coming to mind.
let's be really simple here and just say like the middle sea or something.
Ooh.
What's a high sea?
No, these aren't quite the high seas, but we guessed the southern sea for a sense of direction and a sea.
It is in the North Atlantic. The sea is called the Sargasso Sea or Sargasso Sea.
Sargasso Sea. Okay.
Definitely heard of that.
Okay.
It's created by 4 currents that rotate.
Let's get some movie questions. No, I'm just playing. Keep the geography coming. We'll get there.
I have a few in here. Where was I?
I should have remembered that one because that one, like, I felt real spurned by Jason when I got a geography question wrong. So that one should have stuck harder. So maybe this time.
All right. Who was awarded the very first gold record in 1958?
I was thinking that too. I didn't know if that would be like a trick,
Right. Sometimes the easy ones are the easy ones.
I mean, we can go with your answer. I feel like he would have gotten one earlier, but maybe not.
Yeah. Well, and it was the first, so nobody had one before this. So
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll go with him.
lock it.
Thinking Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, something like that.
I think I actually know this one. I'm going to say Perry Como. Yeah, for Catch a Falling Star, I think the song is.
Well, I can't argue with that. So Perry Como it is.
And
It's River's great-great-grandfather.
we'd written down some other artists, Cash and Elvis included, but we thought maybe it was Elvis.
All right. Well, Keyana, you got it right on the head. It is Perry Como with Catch
Awesome.
a Star.
All right. Back on the board.
Nice job on that one. Where did you pick up that fact? Just kind of knew it?
No, I look at a lot of Billboard and RIAA stuff, and yeah, that was something that I kind of picked up a couple of years back, and just some useless piece of trivia that I didn't think I'd ever need, but here we are.
Yep.
I got to get better at that. The Billboard stuff. It's always hard.
What is the longest movie ever made?
Oh, it's that one that's like 17 hours long or
Yeah.
something like that.
Ever had a theatrical release? What's the...
Yeah, it had a theatrical release. in Chicago in 1987.
So it's even longer than that.
Yeah, it's like 2 days long.
I think it's longer than that. It was shown at the Art Institute, and I think
yeah, I remember when
like
they did
4 people actually watched the movie.
Mm.
Because there's an argument about like longest theatrical release.
It was me and Jeff and Neal and Matt.
There's a War Saga that's like a 9-hour film, but I can't remember the name of that one. But
this was more of an artsy.
We should do a triviality commentary, and if you can last all 2 days worth, you get some sort of prize.
I feel like that word is in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's. Do
you remember?
I thought it was Russian, but I'm thinking of Russian Ark, which is a movie all in one take.
You think about the theatrical release, though?
I'm not sure. I mean, we just go with what you want. Because I'm not going to pull it. I have ideas, but I think I'm way off.
All right, we'll lock in.
Okay. A lot of stuff they're saying sounds familiar. I feel like it's daydream or sleep or study of sleep or something like that.
I couldn't tell you. It sounds really familiar. I've heard this before, but I cannot think of the title of it to save my life.
Let's call it sleep study.
All right.
Just making
sleep study.
Making stuff up. You guys?
Yeah, this one's really bugging me because I feel like it's something of sanity, but I just can't pull it. So we just said of sanity.
The movie is called The Cure for Insomnia.
It was like right between both of our answers.
So close.
And upon looking it up a little bit more, it's the 6th longest experimental film of all time, but it's the longest one with a theatrical release. So thanks for clarifying that.
Is there one?
Do you have the runtime on that?
Oh yeah, it's 85 hours.
I was gonna say it's several days. I was gonna say 84 hours was my guess. So I would have been closer on that than the name.
3 days and 15 hours.
Yeah.
Is there one? I don't know if you have the list. Or is there one? It's like a foreign movie, like The Mission or The Journey or The Quest or something like that. It's really, really long.
Well, there was one released in 2012 called Logistics at 857 hours.
Oh, I see my mistake. There's one called Rasan the Journey, which is 14 hours, so it's definitely not as long as 85 days or whatever that was. What was it?
Yeah. 85 hours.
85 hours. Wow.
It's too much.
Too much.
All right. On to question 10, last question of this round. When was the idea of the atom first introduced?
It'd be the Book of Genesis?
Are you talking about
you've misspelled Adam?
An era, a year, a text? What are we getting at here, I guess?
First, written and accepted version of the idea of the atom. Sorry.
Okay. So they had the idea. It wasn't right, but they had the idea.
Okay. I mean, that's very interesting. I never would have even gone in that direction. But
I might be off, but I'm not off by much, I think.
Well, I trust you. I mean, I don't know much about atoms. They surround me. They fill me with joy.
They are you.
They are me, but I couldn't tell you much more than that.
We'll lock in.
Okay.
So all I can go off of here is I'm thinking older than expected, and I'm thinking like philosophers, like Greek and Roman philosophers.
I was also thinking that. I know it was, I think, Democritus, but I can't tell you what year.
Yeah, I think we're looking for like a work.
Okay.
Who did you say? Democritus?
Yeah, Democritus. I'm not sure what the work was or what year, or it's pretty old though.
Let's just lock in with Democritus.
Yeah.
We went Aristotle. Okay.
Oh, was it?
For when the idea was introduced.
All right, we're locked in.
I think 500. Let's just put that down.
500 AD.
Yeah. BC. Yeah.
BC. 500 BC.
We went 354 BC.
It is right in the middle. It is 450 BC.
Oh, get out.
And where did that come from? Were we on the right track?
Leucippus of Miletus.
Mm-hmm.
Miletus.
Yeah, Miletus.
Yeah, thank you. The word atom comes from atomos, which means uncuttable. The idea, he was pretty much just saying that there has to be a point in which matter could not be cut anymore, and he wasn't wrong, I guess.
Leucippus. Okay, I'll remember that.
We just thought we were there a little bit sooner than we were.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so after round one, it's a tight match, 30-10, Special K in the lead. But hopefully we rack up some extra points in this swing round.
All right, so the swing round. This is going to be all film.
All right.
I'm going to give you the top 10 grossing films of all time, adjusted for inflation. And what I want you to do is put them in order from 1 to 10 for 5 points for each correct one.
Okay, so we're just taking the highest grossing films adjusted for inflation, putting them in order of most to, I guess, least, technically, 1 to 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
And anything in the correct position gets points. Cool.
Great.
So the films are The Sound of Music, Jaws, Star Wars A New Hope, Snow White, The Ten Commandments, Dr. Zhivago, E.T. the Extraterrestrial, Gone with the Wind, Titanic, and The Exorcist. Do you want me to repeat those one more time?
Yeah, let's go through them one more time.
All right. We have The Sound of Music, Jaws, Star Wars A New Hope, Snow White, The Ten Commandments, Dr. Zhivago, E.T. the Extraterrestrial, Gone with the Wind, Titanic, and The Exorcist.
Okay, all the lists are in. So let's go ahead and read off our order, and then we'll find out what the actual order is, and we'll rack up some points. So I guess we'll go first here at Special K. If you want to switch off with me, first of all, we had Gone with the Wind in number 1 slot here.
Number 2, we have Titanic.
We have Star Wars at number 3.
Number 4, we have Jaws.
10 Commandments, number 5.
Sound of Music, 6.
And then we weren't sure about the order here, but we went Exorcist 7, E.T. 8.
For number 9, we have Snow White.
And then closing off the list with Dr. Zhivago. Classic. David Lean classic.
All right, so we're in agreement on our list. Number 1, Gone with the Wind. I was telling the team here that one will most likely never be overtaken, and we don't give a damn about it. Jeff?
Yeah, we kind of were in consensus. We thought Titanic was number 2 on this slot.
I thought Star Wars was number 2, but we put it number 3 so I could appease Jeff. Jeff?
It might not be that high even. But then we said E.T. for 4.
10 Commandments, number 5.
Sound of Music, 6.
Jaws, number 7.
Dr. Zhivago was 8.
The Exorcist, number 9.
And coming up in the last position for us, we said Snow White.
All right. And just real quick, I do want to clarify that this is this is a domestic list. It was pointed out that Avatar did make a lot of money, but domestically it just didn't show up in the top 10 here. All right, so your list goes as follows. Number 1, Gone with the Wind. Number 2, Star Wars A New Hope. Number 3, Sound of Music. Number 4, E.T. Number 5, Titanic. Number 6, 10 Commandments. Number 7, Jaws. Number 8, Dr. Zhivago. Number 9, The Exorcist. Number 10, Snow White.
So we don't know the top of the list, but we got that bottom of the list down. So
you nailed some down there?
Yeah, the only reason I knew, my reasoning, my logic, if anyone even really cares, I figured only animated movie on there. I know it was a groundbreaking film, but I was like, that one's probably not made as much money, so I put that one last. Exorcist also being a horror film, even though it's the most popular genre of all time, that one wouldn't have had the legs, so I put that before that. And then Dr. Zhivago simply because of the length. I was actually going to put it last, but then I thought it's David Lean. It's a really famous movie. So
actually later I actually brought the Blu-rays of Dr. Zhivago, Bridge Over the River Kwai, and Brief Encounter.
Oh, so
if you want to have a lean night later.
I'll have a lean night with you.
All right. So how many points do you got?
We racked up 30, so we got some points there, Joe.
I did not think Star Wars was number 2.
So you're at 40?
We're at 40 total.
So my bad.
Oh, no, I don't. Yeah.
All right, so after that swing round, it looks like mild high.
Mm-hmm. Mild high.
Racked up 30 extra points. So that brings you to 40. You just toppled us. We only got 5 points in that, so we're at 35.
Oh, so we took a lead. So we have a mild high right now that's probably not going to last.
Right? Hopefully not.
All right, coming out of the swing round. What artist was hit with a mallet by a rival disfiguring him for life.
And I'm trying to remember which one threw the mallet. But,
He likes throwing mallets.
wait, he likes throwing mallets?
Yeah.
Okay. So then it's him.
Is it?
It's between those two. I know one of them got hit with the mallet and one of them threw the mallet, and I can never remember which one it is. But if this guy got
It was
hit,
Hammer Bro, right?
Hammer-
From Mario.
Yes. Hammer Bros from Mario.
Hammer Bro and Salt Bay. So if he would have gotten hit with a mallet, I could see why his career would have taken off, because he would have felt underappreciated, and that's why he created so much.
Well, so I'm pretty positive he did the hammer throwing. There's a total aside, but there's a 90s smooth jazz album that I have from,
of course you do,
that I inherited from my father from Antiquity.
Okay.
And he has a song about Vincent van Gogh's ear getting cut off, and he has a song about this person throwing hammers.
Oh, then
And I'm pretty sure it's accurate to my memory, because I looked it up once, and I'm pretty sure that's the hammer thrower in question.
well, that's money then. So
But we want the recipient, right?
Well, if I know the thrower and he knows both, then we can figure it out.
So yeah, Willow, we want who got hit with the hammer, right?
Yes, who was hit with the hammer?
Okay, so we're locked in then.
Okay. I think this involves a Ninja Turtle, and also I think it involves Titian.
All right. I have no idea. It's a great story, though.
I think the Ninja Turtle was the thrower, so I think Titian was the recipient.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Titian.
What is Titian?
He was an artist. He was a painter.
Yeah, so I immediately wrote down Michelangelo, who we agreed upon was the person who threw the hammer.
Hammer thrower.
And I believe Leonardo da Vinci was the one who got hit with the hammer. And I don't know why, it just kind of stuck in my brain.
I'm a little bit worried about my question now, because I have Michelangelo was the one who was hit.
Oh, maybe we're way off then.
We could be.
So the answer is Michelangelo. He was studying at the Academy of Ancient Art. He was struck by a mallet by the rival Torrigiano, crushing his nose and breaking his nose.
Oh, what was the name of the guy who threw it?
Torrigiano.
Torrigiano. So Michelangelo Salieri, sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You guys ready for the question number 2?
Yep.
All right. Who was the first costumed superhero?
I don't think that's far off.
Okay. All right, we'll go with this person.
I'm thinking of not a person, but maybe an alien.
Okay. I have no idea about superheroes or like comic books or anything like that.
I think Superman was pretty early.
Yeah, I think so too.
And
That would be my guess.
Really
Superman.
changed the genre a lot. So
Yeah.
let's go Superman.
Also, I guess technically an alien, but yeah.
Is an alien? Yeah, we also went with the Pride of Cleveland, Superman.
All right. So I think this was a little bit before Superman. It was it was the Phantom.
Oh, oh, that's right.
All right.
Billy Zane
Billy Zane.
gets us again. You remember that movie?
Yeah.
I remember I got they had cups, if I remember, you would get from the movie theater that had I think it was his head on
It's
the
like
top.
purple, right?
It was purple, yeah. It was a cool costume. It was like kind of like Black Panther-ish. Like he lived in the jungle and he was a rich guy.
He looked like Aquabat.
He did look like an Aquabat, yeah. I totally forgot about the Phantom. Oh, I'm really mad at myself right now, and Billy Zane too, just by proxy.
Take that, Billy Zane. Go ahead.
All right. What animal has the longest migration each year? And this is in terms of miles.
Well, we learned that the Portland Trailblazers have the longest migration of any sports team per year. Thank you, Brent. Okay, you're writing a dodo bird? I'm good with that. I always say let's write the answer and then be asked to be more specific. Because we don't know. Willow could be very understanding.
I try my best.
So we'll lock in. Yeah, he tries. We'll lock in with this.
Okay, so they're locked in. What do you think about geese?
Geese sounds good. It's definitely a bird.
Canada goose.
Canada goose. Let's do it. I like Canada.
All right. Canada goose.
We're going to harken back to my poor Al Gore impression for like the third time in this game, and we're going to go a whale.
So when I was researching this, I too thought that it was a whale, but it's the Arctic tern, which is a bird. It travels nearly from pole to pole
Wow.
during the course of the year, which is about 21,750 miles.
Wow. Arctic tern, you said?
Arctic tern, Tern.
Oh, tern. Wow. I have to. That's really interesting. I'm just going to look up a picture while we're continuing here.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
All right, next question. What was the original name of Super Mario? It might have been a bit on the nose.
Yep, we're locked in.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually in on this one too.
Okay, let's go.
I think it's Jumpman, right? Keyana, you want to confirm?
Jumpman would sounds right. I can't confirm, but I'll go with you.
I think in Donkey Kong it was Jumpman.
Jumpman, Jumpman, Jumpman,
That's where
Jumpman.
my mind went.
I mean, he had two cardinal directions, side to side and up and down. So Jumpman.
It was, in fact, Jumpman.
All right, back on the board.
Keyana
Yes.
and I are on the same page there. That's what I thought of. Because I didn't know that one. Jeff did.
I know this song.
Well, I know you do, yeah.
All right. Whose presidential campaign slogan read, "A chicken in every pot, a car in every garage"?
Can you repeat that one more time?
Whose presidential campaign slogan read, "A chicken in every pot and a car in every garage"?
You're good with presidents. I'm just trying to decide, is it before the Great Depression, like they're being aspirational, or is it post-Great Depression where it's like now everyone, the economy's back. We want everyone to have food and a car in the garage.
Well, I don't know why you'd have to campaign on stuff that people could now afford. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, I like that logic.
Okay.
So let's go down that route.
Yeah. We'll lock in, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm thinking FDR on this one. Neal said it might be too aspirational to at that era to say a car in every garage, but I don't know. Politicians have been known to make aspirational statements during their campaigns, like "Who will pay for what?" wall or something like that. But
I do know this one. It's probably one of very few presidential facts or slogans that I know, but it is Hoover.
it's Hoover. Okay, cool. Well, my joke falls flat, and we'll go with Hoover.
Keyana is scooping you up there like a nice vacuum.
I'm trying to help.
Jeff wrote FDR, so I deferred to Jeff.
All right, the answer is, in fact, Herbert Hoover.
All right. She's saving my ass this game.
All right. I had to just quickly adjust this next question after doing a quick search. But I do have the correct answer now. What is the first invention to be patented? Or you could argue just the first patent.
Oh, the first patent. Okay. No year on that, right?
1790.
And Neal, you have any ideas on first issued patents?
I mean, maybe that guy?
That guy's name popped into my head, yeah.
Was he alive then?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so what, there's a couple...
He was philandering in France at the time.
Getting syphilis?
Actually, that could be two people, well, minus the syphilis.
Philandering in France seems to be like your life goal.
Hey, you don't know if John Adams had syphilis, too.
I don't.
There's that.
He invented lightning.
Invented
Ooh,
light.
that's not a bad one.
Do you like that? Hey, why don't we go with that guy who invented lightning?
The timing on my response to Neal is perfect, and I expect it to be kept. So,
Do you like that, or what else?
I don't. Yeah, I mean that's an invention of about that time. And I could see him being well connected enough to get first in line at the patent office. So.
And we know Nicolas Cage used it to his advantage.
Oh God.
I think we're all thinking of Benjamin Franklin here at this table. Keyana, do you have another perspective you'd like to share?
I do know that. I'm sorry, what was the question again? It was the first invention patented or the person that did it?
The invention.
The invention.
It has to do with potash. I know that's it's kind of a Philly background. I know George Washington signed off on it, but an invention making potash.
Ooh, what's potash?
It's like a derivative of potassium. I think it was used in fertilizer at the time.
Wow.
Yeah,
I've never heard of potash before.
Yeah, the guy was living in Philly at the time, and that was one of the things that one of my random pieces of trivia knowledge.
That's your Philly special.
Yeah.
We just we centered in on Benjamin Franklin, and we thought of Benjamin Franklin Gates, portrayed by Nicolas Cage in National Treasure, using the bifocal. So we said bifocal.
Well, again, Kiana hit it right on the head. It is
Wow.
Samuel Hopkins for
That's the same.
potash, which was used in fertilizer.
Wow.
What?
I've never heard. That's crazy.
It's a Philly thing.
Holy. All right. Well, whatever that is.
Now, if you get a Philly cheesesteak, you're supposed to put cheese whiz on it, right? Is that
I do American cheese. There are a lot of people that do whiz. I don't do whiz on my cheesesteaks. For me, it's a total sin.
and there's no potash option there.
I would hope not.
Okay. Someone probably has done it, I would think, in Philly at one point.
Cheesesteak.
Potash cheesesteak, the one and only potash cheesesteak. I can't even say it.
They may not have lived long enough to tell the tale of how it tasted.
There you go.
And Neal, you like your potash extra burnt, right?
I like my potash extra well done.
Okay.
Burnt on both sides. Ken is making fun of me because I love breakfast food. I could eat it every meal of the day. And my favorite breakfast food is 2 eggs over medium with corned beef hash, extra well done, burnt on both sides, so it's extra crispy.
He tells the servers, if you think it's burnt, cook it some more.
Right, because I always say, if you think it's burnt and you think I'm going to complain, I won't. I want it completely burnt.
Right.
And most of the time, they don't get it right because they're afraid, which is totally fine. I used to serve, but I do have a restaurant here called Mother's Day. Great guys who own a small family. And
They
now
torch that.
torch it. And when I go in there now, one of the guys at the front desk will go, "Oh, hey, Neal, I'll get him started on that corned beef hash right now." And Colleen went to go pick up takeout from Mother's Day, and she's like, "What's your deal over there?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "I get there, and they go, 'Oh, this is the order for Neal. Oh, tell Neal we said hi.'" And she's like some waitress that I'd never even met. I was like, "Yeah, they know me there. They know me as the extra well done guy." Potash.
If it's burnt on one side, I'll send it back.
All right, you guys ready for the next question?
I think so.
Yep.
How long did the 100 Years' War actually last?
Damn it.
Every time. Every GD time.
It's something close to that, right?
Yeah, I was thinking it was...
I think I'm really close. Okay, so we're right off. Is there? Are you going to give us like a maybe like within 3 or something?
Yeah, within 3. I'll give you within 3.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Cool. Then we're in because
Yep.
Jeff and I are very close. I think.
87 years. What do you
Sure.
think, Keyana?
Let's do it.
Do you have
I have no idea, actually.
87. I think 87 is the number I always guess, and it's always wrong.
Yeah, we guessed a little higher. We said 117.
All right, well, Jeff and Neal got it. It is 116.
Oh.
Good job, guys.
Man.
Yeah.
I told you we were a little... I thought we were a year or two off, yeah.
Yeah, because I wrote 118, he wrote 117, and I thought we got it wrong before by saying 116, but now I'll try to remember that 116.
And the first number that flashed into mind for me was 106, and
Okay.
then you wrote 118, and I was like, no, it is in the teens, isn't it? So,
Sweet.
teamwork.
Good job, guys.
I'm gonna correlate
I'll try to remember to round down next time.
From 87?
116 servings of potash is the 100 Years' War. That's how I'm gonna keep it in my head.
It's not a food, if you understand.
I'm gonna make it a food. That's my goal for 2019.
He's using like the Michael Scott name recognition method.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How much pressure do the strings of a grand piano exert on the frame? And I'll give you within 2 tons.
Wow.
There's a reason the frames are made of metal.
Piano is a fascinating instrument.
Keyana, is this a Philly thing, or
That's not a Philly thing.
let's say
Maybe,
20 tons?
20 works. Put some whiz on it.
Yeah.
On the strings.
I am tempted to go 16 tons, which is an old song with a very low voice. 16 tons.
One of
What do you
those
got?
great
Over.
storytelling songs.
Yeah, the over and over and deeper and up. I can't remember the guy's name now, but 16 tons. But Jeff wrote 6, and I'm okay with 6. I
That's
think.
because I thought for some reason 12,000 pounds was the number stuck in my head, so we went 6 tons.
Okay.
Both are actually a little bit low. It is 30 tons
Wow.
on a grand piano.
Good lord.
It's a lot of poundage.
A lot.
It's like 60,000-ish.
It's a lot of pressure.
That's what the song Under Pressure is about, right?
Yes.
And also the song Pressure by Paramore.
Oh.
It's all about pianos.
All right. Why is the city of La Paz, Bolivia safe from burning down?
I think we can lock in.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I immediately thought of Belize for some reason, where we send Jeff when he gets answers wrong, but that's from Breaking Bad. So we're talking about Bolivia here.
So we think maybe no wooden structures.
That could be.
Maybe they're all made of metal. They're all made of
Sure.
concrete. No wooden
Okay.
structures. Let's be vague.
So Jeff said he had a premonition from Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, and he said what, Jeff?
I said that they're so high in altitude, there's not enough oxygen in the air to have a fire, like catch fire.
Wow.
All right.
That is absolutely correct. There's not enough oxygen for the city to catch fire.
Well, how do they breathe? No.
You don't need as much oxygen as you think. I can demonstrate for you.
Yeah, just choke me now. I have a safe word.
Daddy.
Oh my god.
It's potash.
No, my safe word is potash, as Willow said.
Choke me extra, extra hard.
I remember there was an episode of like Top Gear way back in the day, and they tried to drive through the Andes, and one of the problems with driving the cars is they couldn't drive a car with a carburetor because there wasn't enough oxygen actually to cause combustion. So they had to have direct fuel injection, and they were also taking Viagra to prevent pulmonary embolisms.
Yeah.
Because of the
The
altitude.
original.
The actual intention of it. Yeah. So yeah, it's a whole thing. But I had kind of had a thought about that. So
All right.
Wait, they all took Viagra in the same car as they were driving?
yeah,
Didn't we do that on our way to Boston?
We
though?
did that on the way to Boston, yeah.
but we weren't high enough to really prevent the risk of anything. So there were other unintended consequences.
Go ahead with question 10.
All right. Feel kind of weird that this is the next question of the conversation. What do Krusty the Clown and Chandler from Friends have in common?
Ooh. I don't know anything about The Simpsons, so I know this thing. Is this a... Oh, yeah, that's got to be right. That is a Chandler thing.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I know about Chandler, and if that's the only thing I know, it's probably in there somewhere.
Okay, we'll lock in.
Man, I'm thinking about this. I know different things about both characters.
I know nothing about both characters.
If I get 2 in a right, I'll have a renaissance. So
2 row and a right?
yeah,
Let's
I can't speak today either.
Let's say they share a middle name.
2 rows don't make a row.
Okay.
Let's say they share a middle name.
Share a middle name. Jeff wrote down something. I don't know Friends that well, but when he wrote it, immediately clicked that
I know it's true about
Chandler.
Friends, and I would guess maybe.
It's kind of an interesting fact.
yeah.
So.
So we said that they each have an extra nipple.
They do each have an extra nipple.
Yep.
Nice job,
All right.
Jeff.
I wasn't going to get there, but the second you said it, I was like, oh, yeah.
They're joined in illustrious company by Jeff, too.
I don't know where to go with that.
All right, so the power has shifted again in this game. Special K has 65 points at the end of 2 rounds, and it looks like Mild High, 80 points.
You have no power here. What movie is that from? Is that Lord of the Rings?
Come
Lord of the
on,
Rings, 2 Towers.
because you don't know that.
I didn't know which Lord of the Rings it
Oh,
was. I knew
that's
it was
fair.
Lord of the Rings. So what are our categories today, Willow?
All right. So our categories for the final round are going to be the good, the bad, the ugly, the fast, and the furious.
Okay, all the wagers are locked in on those categories. Let's get the questions.
Question 1 in the final round. The category is the good. Who was the first woman nominated for an Oscar in cinematography? It might help to know that she's also the only one. All right. Question number 2. Why was Hitler turned down at the Vienna School of Art? Oh yeah. Question 3. In The Ugly. What was the name of the Elephant Man, a circus performer in the late 1800s? Number 4 in The Fast. What vehicle set the record for the fastest a human has traveled relative to Earth? Number 5, The Furious. The Royal Navy built 2 ships with the name HMS Furious. One was a gunship in 1850. What was the other?
All right, all the answers are locked in, so let's get the questions again and find out if we're right or not.
Question 1 in the good. Who was the first woman to be nominated for an Oscar in cinematography? It might help to know that she was also the only one.
Okay, so we wagered 0 on this one. We are gonna actually say Rachel Morrison. I believe she was nominated last year for Mudbound, which is a pretty good movie.
Yes. Yeah, we wagered 5, Oakland 5, all the way down, actually. We also went with Rachel Morrison. She did a great job on Fruitvale Station as well with Ryan Coogler, and worked with him on Black Panther.
Yep, it is, in fact, Rachel Morrison. All right, question 2. In The Bad, why was Hitler turned down at the Vienna Art School?
Jeff had a pretty in-depth reasoning here.
Yeah, we said because his art sucked.
And we bet another 0 here. We put poor stippling technique.
Ooh. You gotta have good stippling.
Yeah.
So the actual reason, while he was told many times that his art did suck, but the reason he was turned down was that he couldn't draw the human form.
Oh,
That's interesting and chilling, isn't it?
that is really chilling.
Yeah.
All right, question 3.
All right, question 3 in The Ugly. What was the name of the Elephant Man, a circus performer in the late 1800s?
Yeah, we wagered 5 again. I just know this name because Bradley Cooper portrayed him on stage on Broadway with no prosthetics. It was all a physical performance. It looked really cool. But
John Merrick.
John Merrick.
And we went ahead. We had a little discussion here. We were between John Merrick and Joseph Merrick. And I think where the discrepancy is one is the fictional portrayals and one is the actual man. But we just put Merrick to be safe. Last name only. Merrick.
Well, I have both names, Joseph and John Merrick. Yeah, I don't know if he went by both when he was live, but I have both names in here, and it's both names showed up in all of my research.
So I looked into it briefly because I was curious, because now I had a burning question. And his given name is Joseph Merrick. He is often in pop culture and in other means incorrectly identified and known as John, but Joseph is his given
That's what
name.
I thought,
So,
Okay. All right. Moving on to the next question. In The Fast, what vehicle set the record for the fastest a human has traveled relative to Earth?
Oh, Jeff just figured it out now. But we wagered 5, and what did we put down, Jeff?
I didn't write anything, but I know what it is.
So it's not Paul Walker's. Was it a Toyota Skyline from Fast and the Furious?
No,
1?
I was thinking of the fastest land vehicle, right? Which is it's basically like an SR-71 Blackbird with no wings, but I believe the correct answer is the Saturn V rocket.
Okay, but we did for the record put nothing.
We
down.
have nothing down, yeah.
And we said that the Fast and the Furious itself was an acting vehicle for Paul Walker and Vin Diesel.
The correct answer was Apollo 10 upon re-entry. I forgot what the exact speed was, but it was the fastest a human has traveled compared to Earth. All right. And the last question in The Furious. The Royal Navy built 2 ships with the name HMS Furious. One was a gunship in 1850, but what was the other?
We guessed maybe it was a submarine.
We said tank for that.
The correct answer is it was an aircraft carrier, which was launched in 1916 and decommissioned in 1945.
That was the other possibility we floated. We figured maybe it was the ironic one or the kind of on the nose one of like all the fury raining down.
All right, so at the end of this game, nothing ventured, nothing gained for Special K. We rest at 65 points. Looks like Mild High lost 5 points in the final round, but they hung on with the tips of their fingers to be today's cream of the crop at 75 points.
You know that I'm the cream of the crop.
Yeah, that little potash boost helped us over the
I
finish
told you
line.
not to eat that, Neal. It's not food.
This will be my last broadcast, everyone. Thank you for all the support.
It's been a good run.
It's been a good run.
Good night and good luck.
Well, yeah, thank you, Willow, for putting the game together for us.
Absolutely. Happy to do it. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, Keyana, thank you for keeping us afloat. It was a valiant effort.
There were some clutch answers in there.
Yeah.
I try.
Keyana is super clutch. Before we let you go, Keyana, anyone you'd like to give a shout out to? I know you said your friend had an Etsy that does some great drawings, or any organizations you'd like to call out?
Yeah, that's great. My friend that I mentioned, Kristen Henson, she is on Etsy as Henson, Henson Handmade. So Henson Handmade on Etsy. Check out all of her awesome cards and things that she has up for sale there.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll have to reach out. Maybe she can do some official Triviality cards.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'll let her know.
Yeah, that'd be great. Anyone else you'd like to want to shout out to your husband who's doing some laundry today?
Oh yeah, shout out to Jack, who is currently downstairs in the basement. I think he's done laundry, but yeah, hey Jack.
Willow, how about you? Anyone you'd like to say hello to, or anything we should be paying attention to?
No, just I'm glad you guys had me on, and I've been wanting to host for a while, and I've been trying to get into the hosting game here in the local pubs. So this was a good opportunity to do all that. So I thank you guys a lot.
Thank you. It was a difficult but fun game, I would say.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
And thank you both for being supporters on Patreon. You're both United States champions. We couldn't do the show without you, so really appreciate that. And if you'd like to join them, you can go to patreon.com/trivialitypodcast and join the support of our show. And you'll see both of them on The Crop, our Facebook group, where you can interact with questions of the day, with some GIF answers that everyone seems to love, and also just some normal tomfoolery.
And it looks like Jeff is over here juggling his Aussie rules Australian football. So
I absconded from Neal. So
Neal, if you want to take us out so we can go outside and play.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much to Willow Campbell and Keyana Kutney for joining us over Skype, and to my co-hosts Jeff and Ken. Matt, we hope you catch that killer, man. I don't know if you're going to be able to, but just don't build the show.
He's not coming back till he does. So
that's true. So we'll see when Matt does come back. But my name is Neal, and that was Triviality. We all have syphilis. That is not true. Don't worry. Don't send us your letters. We don't have syphilis.
That's gonna cut.
Oh, it will be. That's what the beauty of that we're not doing this live. Then Keyana can see just how much we cut. It's just nonsense. So this guy, I'm just thinking of like the three big things he did.
Can we get the crossover film between Fast and the Furious and Good, the Bad, and the Ugly?
Fate of the Ugly.
Angel Eyes takes out Dominic Toretto.
Yeah, Dominic. That's why we didn't win Geek Bowl. We were just too much Viagra. The blood wasn't in our brain.
That'll get. That's where the line is.
That's where the line gets cut. Yeah.